Welcome to Unfiltered Reflections. I'm your host, Passion, and today we're diving into something that touches every single one of us, no matter who you are or where you come from. Anxiety and stress. Simple tips for finding inner calm. All right, settle in, folks, and let's talk. Because if you're like most people navigating this wild ride we call modern life, you've probably felt that familiar tug of recognition when someone mentions stress or anxiety. It's not just a buzzword. It's a very real, often overwhelming part of our daily existence. Today, we're not just going to talk about it, we're going to unpack it, understand it, and arm ourselves with some practical tools to find a little more peace in our lives. So, what's the subject of our chat today? It's the incredibly complex, often frustrating, yet universally relatable experience of stress and anxiety, and most importantly, how we can navigate it. We're not talking about some abstract concept here. We're talking about that knot in your stomach before a big presentation, that racing heart when your phone rings late at night, or that nagging worry about, well, everything. This isn't just a clinical diagnosis for some. It's a spectrum of human emotion and reaction that we all, at some point, dance with. It's about finding inner calm in a world that often feels anything but. Now, how does this topic relate to the fundamental aspects of the human experience? Think about it. From the dawn of time, humans have been wired for survival. That primal fight or flight response? That's anxiety's ancestor. It kept our ancestors from becoming saber-toothed tiger snacks. But in our modern world, the tigers are deadlines, traffic jams, and the endless scroll of social media. We're still reacting with the same ancient circuitry, but the threats have changed. This constant state of alert, this feeling of being overwhelmed, it strips away our sense of control. It impacts our relationships, it messes with our sleep, and it can even dim our spark for life. It's about our innate need for safety and security, our desire for connection, our yearning for peace, and the constant battle against feeling adrift in a chaotic world. It touches on our vulnerability, our resilience, and our endless quest for well-being. It's about how we cope when the very fabric of our perceived control starts to fray. What emotions are most likely to be evoked by this topic? Oh, where do I even begin? Fear, obviously the fear of failure, the fear of the unknown, the fear of not being enough. There's frustration, that simmering anger at feeling trapped or unable to escape the anxious thoughts. Sadness, a quiet despair that can creep in when anxiety feels overwhelming and relentless. Helplessness, that awful sensation of being a passenger in your own mind. But then there's also hope, the hope for relief, the hope for understanding, the hope that things can get better. There's empathy as we hear stories and realize we're not alone in this struggle. And ultimately, there's a quiet sense of empowerment when we learn we can do something about it. Look, who hasn't felt that surge of panic when you're running late? Who hasn't lain awake at 3 a.m., replaying every embarrassing moment of the day? Who hasn't felt that weird pressure in their chest before a big meeting? We've all been there. Maybe it's the constant juggle of work and family, the pressure to perform, the struggle to make ends meet, or the loneliness that can creep in even when surrounded by people. It's the challenge of finding quiet in a noisy world, of setting boundaries when everyone demands a piece of you, of navigating uncertainty when our brains crave predictability. We connect on the shared experience of feeling out of sync, of battling internal demons, and of simply trying to make it through another day. It's the universal human desire for peace and the struggle to achieve it in a world that often feels anything but peaceful. You are not broken. You are not alone. And you are not powerless. While stress and anxiety are deeply ingrained in the human experience, they don't have to define you. There are tangible, practical steps you can take to manage them, to build resilience, and to find your way back to a place of inner calm. It's about understanding that your mind and body are intricately connected, and by nurturing one, you nurture the other. It's about recognizing that seeking help, whether it's from a friend, a professional, or even just a good podcast, is a sign of strength, not weakness. I want you to pick one thing, just one. Maybe it's trying a new herbal tea tonight. Maybe it's setting a 5-minute timer and just focusing on your breath. Maybe it's putting down that extra glass of wine. Or maybe, just maybe, it's reaching out to someone you trust and saying, hey, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. Take one small, manageable step towards your own well being. Because the journey to inner peace isn't a sprint, it's a marathon, taken one mindful step at a time. Now, let's get into the nitty gritty of this whole stress and anxiety thing. In today's fast paced world, stress and anxiety have become increasingly prevalent issues that many of us face on a daily basis. The good news is that there are numerous strategies and lifestyle changes that can help alleviate these feelings and promote a sense of well being. So, let's unpack this and discover ways to find inner peace and tranquility. Understanding the effects of stress isn't just in your head, folks. It's real, and it takes a toll on both our mental and physical well being. Think about it. Chronic stress can mess with your sleep, make you irritable, even lead to physical symptoms like headaches or stomach issues. When stress levels rise, it's important to find healthy coping mechanisms that can help us manage and reduce these feelings. One effective approach, and one that often gets overlooked, is to make mindful choices when it comes to our diet and nutrition. Yeah, I know, another thing to worry about, right? But stick with me here. The impact of diet on anxiety. While there is no magic potion to instantly cure anxiety seriously, if there was, I'd be bottling it and selling it on every street corner. Certain drinks can help promote relaxation and reduce stress levels. We're talking about simple, accessible things. Herbal teas such as chamomile, lavender, and green tea have been known to have calming effects on the mind and body. Chamomile, for example, has compounds that bind to the same brain receptors as some anti-anxiety medications, albeit in a much milder way. Lavender isn't just for smelling good. Studies suggest its aroma can reduce anxiety. And green tea? It contains L-theanine, an amino acid that promotes relaxation without drowsiness. By incorporating these beverages into your daily routine, you can create moments of tranquility amidst the chaos. It's not a cure, but it's a little pause, a little breath in a cup. Unveiling anxiety triggers. Our diet can also play a role in triggering anxiety. This is where it gets interesting. Some foods, like excessive caffeine and processed foods high in sugar and artificial additives, can exacerbate anxiety symptoms. Think about that jittery feeling after too much coffee. That's your nervous system getting revved up. Sugary snacks give you a quick energy spike, but then you crash, and that crash can feel a lot like anxiety or irritability. Artificial colors and preservatives? Some people are genuinely sensitive to them, leading to mood disturbances. It's important to be mindful of these triggers and make conscious choices to avoid or limit their consumption. It's about listening to your body, paying attention to how certain foods make you feel, and making informed choices. The banana myth. Now let's clear up a common misconception. While bananas are often associated with anxiety relief, they do not possess any magical properties to cure anxiety. You're not going to eat a banana and suddenly be zen. However, they are a good source of vitamins and minerals that support overall well-being, like potassium and B6, which are important for neurotransmitter function. Including bananas in a balanced diet can contribute to your overall health, but they should not be solely relied upon as an anxiety remedy. They're a healthy snack, not a miracle cure. Identifying factors that worsen anxiety can be influenced by a variety of factors beyond just what you eat. Stressful life events, a job loss, a breakup, a family illness can send anxiety spiraling. Excessive worrying, that constant loop of what ifs in your head, literally trains your brain to be anxious. And a lack of self-care? That's a huge one. When you're constantly burning the candle at both ends, not getting enough sleep, not moving your body, not taking time for yourself, you're essentially running on fumes, and anxiety thrives in that environment. By identifying these triggers, whether internal or external, we can take proactive steps to minimize their impact on our mental well-being. It's about being a detective of your own mind. Exploring the role of vitamins. Vitamins and minerals are essential for maintaining a healthy body and mind. It's not just about avoiding bad stuff. It's about getting enough good stuff. While certain vitamins, such as B-complex vitamins, magnesium, and omega-3 fatty acids, have been associated with improved mood and reduced anxiety, it's important to consult with a healthcare professional before relying solely on supplements. Seriously, don't just start popping pills. A balanced diet that includes a variety of nutrient-rich foods, leafy greens, nuts, seeds, Fatty fish is the best way to ensure you're getting the vitamins your body needs. Supplements can be helpful, but they're called supplements for a reason. They supplement a healthy diet, they don't replace it. Building resilience against anxiety is a complex condition that can be influenced by various factors. Genetics, brain chemistry, and life experiences all play a role in its development. Some of us are just wired to be a bit more anxious, and that's okay. But building resilience to anxiety involves adopting healthy coping mechanisms. This isn't about eliminating anxiety entirely, it's about learning to bend so you don't break. Engaging in regular exercise, like yoga, jogging, or swimming, releases endorphins, which are natural mood boosters. Practicing mindfulness, even just for a few minutes a day, can help you stay present and reduce rumination. And seeking support from loved ones or professionals when needed, that's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of incredible strength. It's about building your inner armor, piece by piece. Breakfast choices for a calm. Starting your day with a nutritious breakfast sets the tone for the rest of the day. Think about it: if you start your day with a sugar bomb, you're setting yourself up for a crash. Incorporating foods rich in whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats can help stabilize blood sugar levels and promote a balanced mood. Consider options like oatmeal with fresh fruits, Greek yogurt with nuts and seeds, or whole grain toast with avocado for a nourishing and anxiety-reducing breakfast. These foods provide sustained energy, keeping your blood sugar steady and preventing those mood swings that can trigger anxiety. Alcohol and stress. While some may turn to alcohol as a way to cope with stress, it's important to note that alcohol is not a reliable stress reliever. In fact, it's a deceptive one. While it might feel like it's calming you down in the moment, alcohol can actually worsen anxiety symptoms, especially the next day, and disrupt sleep patterns, leading to a vicious cycle of increased stress and anxiety. It's a depressant, and it messes with your brain chemistry, often leading to rebound anxiety as it leaves your system. It's best to seek healthier alternatives for managing stress and finding relaxation. Effective stress relievers. When it comes to combating stress and anxiety, there are several tried and true techniques that can help bring about a sense of calm. We talked about exercise already, but it bears repeating. It's one of the most powerful tools you have. Additionally, practicing deep breathing exercises seriously, just taking a few slow, deep breaths, can calm your nervous system almost instantly. Meditation and mindfulness can help quiet the mind and reduce anxious thoughts. Even just 5 minutes of focusing on your breath can make a huge difference. These aren't just trendy fads, they're ancient practices with modern scientific backing. Taking steps to avoid anxiety. Preventing anxiety requires a multifaceted approach that addresses both physical and emotional well-being. It's not just about reacting when it hits. It's about building a life that supports your mental health. Establishing a consistent sleep routine, going to bed, and waking up at roughly the same time every day is crucial. Maintaining a healthy diet, as we've discussed, fuels your brain and body. Managing time effectively and setting realistic goals can reduce that feeling of being constantly overwhelmed. It's also crucial to establish healthy boundaries, learning to say no when you need to protect your energy. Practice self-care, whatever that looks like for you: a hot bath, reading a book, listening to music, and critically, seek professional help when needed. There's absolutely no shame in talking to a therapist or counselor. The sugar myth. While some individuals may experience a temporary sense of calmness after consuming sugary foods, it's important to note that the effects are short-lived and can actually contribute to anxiety in the long run. We've touched on this, but let's hammer it home. Refined sugars can cause blood sugar spikes and crashes, leading to mood fluctuations and increased feelings of anxiety. That quick hit of dopamine from sugar is fleeting, and the subsequent crash can leave you feeling worse than before. Opting for healthier alternatives, such as fresh fruits or complex carbohydrates, can provide sustained energy and promote a balanced mood. The journey to overcoming anxiety is a complex condition that varies from person to person. What works for one might not work for another, and that's okay. While it may not be completely cured, because let's be real, a certain amount of anxiety is a normal human emotion, it can be effectively managed and reduced through a combination of lifestyle changes, therapy, and support systems. It's important to remember that seeking professional help and developing coping strategies tailored to your specific needs are key steps in the journey toward finding relief. It's a journey, not a destination, and there will be good days and bad days. The goal is to have more good days. Understanding the roots of anxiety does not have a singular root cause. It is often a combination of genetic, environmental, and psychological factors. Traumatic experiences, chronic stress, imbalances in brain chemistry, and underlying medical conditions can all contribute to the development of anxiety. Recognizing and addressing these factors, sometimes with the help of a professional, is crucial in managing and treating anxiety effectively. It's about understanding your unique blueprint and finding the tools that fit you best. So, as we wrap up into anxiety and stress, simple tips for finding inner calm, remember this: living with stress and anxiety can be challenging, but it's important to remember that there are steps you can take to find relief and improve your overall well being. By making conscious choices regarding your diet, engaging in stress reducing activities, and seeking support when needed, you can navigate the complexities of anxiety and find your own path to inner calm. Your journey is unique, and it's okay to explore different strategies to find what truly works for you. With persistence, self-compassion, and a proactive approach, you can reclaim control over your mental health and move towards a more fulfilling life. We've talked about the universal human need for safety, the emotional roller coaster of fear and hope, the shared experience of feeling overwhelmed, and the empowering message that we are not powerless. We've covered everything from the calming power of herbal teas to the deceptive allure of alcohol, from the importance of a good breakfast to the wisdom of setting boundaries. This isn't just about managing symptoms. It's about cultivating a life where you feel more in control, more at peace, and more truly yourself. So take that one step, just one. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. If you've enjoyed this episode, please visit our website at deszicakes.com. Thanks for joining me on Unfiltered Reflections. Until next time, be kind to yourself, keep exploring, and remember, you are worthy, you are seen, and you are loved.